The idea of doing shadow work and manifesting the dream of your life may sound like a conflict in ideologies, but in reality, they are directly linked to each other. I'm going to show you how, and most important in the end, why you can't ignore it. Namaste Sacred Masters, I'm Dr. Aiwas Yukehi, Shadow Work NLP Manifestation Coach, and we're here today to talk about manifesting. Now, most of you probably know what manifesting is, but for the ones who are new here, let me explain. Manifesting is bringing something tangible into your life through attraction and belief. By tangible, I mean things like money, a new relationship, a new house or car. But manifesting is more than just willpower and positive thinking, as made popular by books and documentaries such as The Secret. But essentially, every life code teaches that to manifest, you have to start with intention and be as clear and specific as possible. I featured many channels on my channel page whose coaches talk about this and techniques throughout their careers. So if you want to check them out, these are some of my favorites. But what very few people talk about is shadow work and how it helps with manifesting. You see, there is an actual science to manifesting, so it really isn't just positive thinking woo stuff. I put a link to that above. You can watch my video on the science behind manifestation. We must understand the science to see how it all fits in when we're doing shadow work. When you manifest, you're using your vibrations and energy to attract the stuff that you want. Like energy attracts like energy. So where does vibration and energy come from? It comes, obviously, from your mind, correct? That's how intention begins. Now let's take a look at our mind for a second. Our mind is broken down into conscious and the subconscious. The conscious mind accounts for about 5% of the mind's activity, and the subconscious accounts for 95%. When casually putting an intention out, we use 5% of our conscious mind to do that. But the real trick in manifesting is what our subconscious is manifesting as well. That's the mind's headquarters. So let's talk about that 95%. Inside that 95% hides a lot of things you may be unaware of. We call it your shadow side. Not because it's spooky, but because it is facing away from the conscious mind. Within that shadow side, there is a person I like to refer to as the shadow child. Your shadow child is the unhealed aspects of yourself. You think you may have led a great life, and that may be true, but nobody's life exists without their shadow side. You see, we are all born and then later conditioned in life, and we learn behaviors and traits from other people. Our true nature is put away because these behaviors were taught to you because of things like social conditioning. Things like, you must always dress this way, you can't talk so much, you talk too loud. Well, these things are meant to help us adapt to society and culture that we live in. The real personality gets pushed down into your shadow child, the unhealed inner child. When you want to manifest your dream life, know that this dream life is also under the rules and conditions of your shadow side and shadow child. Let me give you an example. Suppose you want to live in a big house. You've been setting an intention, but nothing seems to work. You feel like you're further away from your dreams and you wonder why it's not working. Eventually, passing positive thinking as just a scam. What you may not realize is that somewhere in your life, you may have walked by a nice house and wished you could live in a neighborhood like that. But for that moment, in order to protect that feelings of dissatisfaction, your ego may have told you, or even a friend, that rich and snobby people live there anyway. So temporarily, you feel better about not living in that nice big house. But when the time comes that you decided you want to manifest a house, you put your conscious intention that you want the house, but your subconscious is saying no. Because you're not a rich and snobby person, and hence the conflict happens there. Of course that 95% is going to win. This is where shadow work comes in. Shadow work comes in to bring all these repressed memories, I call them blockages too, and start to heal them. Shadow work is about taking that memory and coming to terms about why you believe that rich and snobby people live in big houses. You start to swap that with love. That beautiful people live in big houses. They accumulate wealth so they can help others as well. Their houses are warm and inviting. You get the deal. You can do this shadow work through journaling, meditation, music. There's many techniques that I go through in my channel, so make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell so it alerts you when new methods come out. And that's the basis of shadow work. It is about going within, finding your blockages that are stopping you from manifesting what you want, and begin to integrate your conscious and your subconscious. Without your conscious and subconscious integrating, you're not just in disharmony, but you're fighting a losing battle as well. Imagine 5 people in a group of 100 wants to go in one direction, 195 are already heading in another direction, long before you ever made the choice to roll up your gang of 5. Remember that even if you don't see it, your subconscious has been working this whole time. It has been doing everything that you take advantage of, like breathing. The amount of muscle it takes to breathe, and when air goes into your lung, all the parts of your body that needs to be absorbed and work, is all done with your subconscious. Even smiling requires 10 muscles all moving in sync to make it happen. As you can see, the subconscious is in charge of so many things in your body that without integration and connecting with your subconscious as a friend, you wonder why life feels like such a block. Shadow work is helping you take that power back again. The only scary thing about shadow work is bringing back all those intense feelings and emotions within you. That's why it is my belief that shadow work should only be done if you have some psychological maturity and a good healthy sense of self-esteem. If you have experienced trauma, please see a therapist first. Don't gamble on your mental health. Some people, bottom line is, don't like to confront their shadow side. Emotionally, they are not ready for it yet. That is their journey they have to go through. But just like you can't create a YouTube video without some hard work, you can't expect to have your manifesting dreams and desires turn to reality if you're not ready to put in the work. I think this is why The Secret was so successful, is that because they are selling how easy and good it feels when you do manifesting work. But like many people have seen small successes, the big monies, the ideal relationship just never arrives. There's always something wrong, whether it is more bills coming in, or the person you're in a relationship with cheats on you. All those things are manifested too, in a sense, by you, because it is the subconscious. But you don't see it because you're ignoring it. You're just sitting there saying, it's not my fault, the government increased taxes, it's not my fault, he cheated on me, the guy put up in front of me and hit my car when I had the right of way. You start blaming it on external things and you wonder why they keep happening. You won't know the answer until you look within you. And I hope that that's what this channel is all about. It's about helping people slowly become comfortable with their shadow side. We take this inner child, our shadow child who is crying softly inside, and begin to comfort it, give love to it, heal it, have a relationship with it. It needs you. It feels abandoned by you. While you are out trying to find the next external validation or material gain to make you happy, your shadow child feels lost and abandoned. As a father, myself, no child should have to feel that way, let alone the child that is in you. We'll make this journey together, one that doesn't have to involve darkness and depression. You can help keep this channel alive by hitting the like, subscribe, and notification bell icon, because the bell icon is what keeps YouTube pushing this channel forward. Getting notified is beneficial because I usually answer comments on the first 24 hours before I have to move on and create new content. If you haven't started shadow work yet, you can begin by clicking on the first module of my 7-day free and complete shadow work course. This will create the foundations for you to start using all the tips and techniques highlighted with this channel. I thank you all for your support. Namaste.